Hi, welcome back to Math. Today we're going to be doing Unit 1, relating place value to multiplication. But we're going to call this Part 2, okay? Because we're going to take it another step further than we did last week. All right, so let's do a quick review. When we're on the left side of the decimal, what are we talking about when we're on the left side of the decimal?
Whole numbers.
We are talking about whole numbers. So anytime we go to the left, we're talking about whole numbers. When we go to the right of the decimal, what are we talking about there? What are we talking about?
Pieces.
Right, we're talking about parts or pieces. That just means we have our pizza cut up into how many pieces for the first slot?
10.
Or the first place. It's going to be cut up into 10 pieces. And we're going to show, if we had a 1 there, it would be 1 out of the 10 pieces of the pizzas left, right? So it sounds like your family ate without you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What if our pizza was on the second place value? It would be cut up into 100 pieces, right? Or 100 parts. And if there was 1, I'd say you've got not much pizza left to eat. You're lucky if you could get it onto a fork, right? Could you imagine cutting 10 pieces into 10 pieces? That would make for pretty small pieces, wouldn't it? Wow. All right. And if we have a 1 right here in this place value, how much of the pizza do we have?
1 whole.
We've got 1 whole pizza. The whole thing is in the box, isn't it? And it could be cut up into pieces, couldn't it?
Yes.
Now check this out. If we open up our box, we just get it. We open it up. How many pieces? Let's say it's cut up into 10 pieces. How many pieces do we have in our box?
1.
We have 10. Check it out. See why it looks like 10? Get it?
Yes.
So it just means that we have the whole thing. We have 1 whole pizza. It's all 10 pieces. Get it? Do you see the 10?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Pretend the decimal's not there. You want me to take it away? Will that help you?
Yes.
Look at that number up there. What number is that? It's 10, right? And we have 10 of all 10 pieces, which equals 1 whole. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Is that kind of cool?
Yes.
All right, so let's get started with our next part of our lesson, shall we? So let's say we multiplied, I think, by 2 last time, right?
Yes.
2 and 10.
Yes.
All right, so let's say we're going to multiply a 5 times 10. I'm going to go down to my chart right here, and where would I put the 5? Would I put the 5 here? Would I put the 5 here? Would I put the 5 here? Or would I put the 5 there? Where would I put it to start with if I'm going to do the shifting model? Where would I put it? Yes, sir. Put it in the ones. Okay. Is this the ones?
No.
No? Is this the ones?
No.
Is that the ones?
Yes.
Yeah, so let's put it there. All right, and if we're going to multiply it by 10, that means we're going to shift. Everybody say it. Shift. We're going to shift the 5 which way?
To the left.
To the left, because remember, whole numbers, right? If we're multiplying, we're going into the whole numbers, right? Are you with me? Everybody with me?
Yes.
Okay, so how many places am I going to shift this? 1. So I'm going to shift it over 1 place. Now what happens to my space here? I put a 0, so the 1 doesn't fall back, huh? So my answer is,
50.
here's the answer right here. It's 50. Okay, does everybody understand that?
Yes.
Okay, now we did that last week, remember? On our last lesson. Here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to say now, let's change this slightly, and let's make it times it by 100. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Where do I put the 5? Where do I put it? Do I put it here?
No.
Do I put it here?
No.
Do I put it here?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm putting the 5 there. Now, how many places am I going to want to shift this over to which direction? Right or left?
Left.
Oh, who said right? Bite your tongue. We are multiplying. So when we're multiplying, which way are we going to shift? Left. Everybody say it. When we're multiplying, we're shifting to the left. How many places am I going to shift it? How many places?
2.
2. So I'm going to go 1, 2. So now, what do I do with these 2 empty spots?
Put 0.
I put zeros in there. And those zeros would work too, wouldn't they? Because if I had a 0 here, I could shift it here. And I shift it 2 times, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right. And if I had another 0 back here, I would shift it here and then shift it here, wouldn't I?
Yes.
So, it's working. I'm drawing it out. I'm drawing out the shift method, right? The shifting method. So what's our answer here? What is our answer right here? 500, right. So our answer over here is going to be 500. Is everybody good with that?
Yes.
Okay. Where am I going to put this 5? Am I going to put it here?
No.
Am I going to put it here?
No.
How about here?
Yes.
Okay. And then where do I put the 2?
In the 10.
Do I put the 2 here?
No. No.
Do I put the 2 here?
No.
Come on, Mr. McGuire, you're going the wrong way. I know. Why am I going the wrong way? Because this is
On the right
parts
side.
or pieces, right?
Yes.
So we have to think of it in back of the decimal as pieces. So the 2 goes here?
No.
Here?
Yes.
Yeah. Now I'm multiplying by what?
100.
So how many places am I going to shift this?
2.
Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm going to put my 5 here, right?
Yes.
Now what am I going to do with the 2?
Shift it to 10.
Okay, shift it once, twice, and my 2 here. What do I do with this empty space?
Put a 0.
Put a 0. So what's my answer?
520.
520. Nice. I'm going to multiply 0.2 times, what is that number?
100.
What?
1,000.
1,000. Now where do I put my 2? Where? Do I put it here?
No.
Here?
No.
Here?
No.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I could put my 0 here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How many places am I going to shift this over?
None.
How many places?
3.
3, because we have 3 zeros on our 1,000, right? 1, 2, 3 zeros on our 1,000, so we're going to shift it over. 1, 2, 3, right? So my 2 is going to go here, 0 here, 0 here, decimal point in a 0. And this 0 right here, where would it be? This 0 would be in the 1,000 place, right? So what would my answer be?
200.
2, 0, 0. Remember, this is the what category? What column is this?
1.
The place value is ones. The place value of this is tens. And the place value is...
Thousands.
Okay, let's try this again. The place value here is...
1.
The place value here is...
10.
And the place value here is what?
100.
100. So our answer is going to be 200. All right, now I'm going to scooch my paper up a bit. Now we're going to rewrite a problem, okay? Here we go. You ready? How about if I said 10 times 100? Okay, so what goes where? Is the tens place here?
No.
Is the tens place here?
Yes.
Right. So my 1 is going to go there, right?
Yes.
And then I'm going to put my 0. How many places am I going to move my 1?
2.
2 more times. So 1, 2. So my 1 goes here, and then what do I do with all these spaces?
0, 0, 0, 0.
So what's my answer here?
1,000.
You are correct, because that's my road sign, right? My 1,000 road sign. So my answer is 1,000. Does everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Let's do another problem, shall we? What if I have a 7 and I'm going to times it by 1,000? Okay, I'm going to put the 7 in the ones, and then I'm going to move it how many times?
3.
How many zeros do I have? I got 1, 2, 3 zeros. I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3 times. So what do I do with the rest of these spaces? Zeros. Okay, so my answer is
7,000.
7,000. Good job. Everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay, now where does the 9 go? Does the 9 go here?
No.
Here?
No.
Here?
No.
Here?
Yes.
Well, here's my decimal, and I have 1, 2 places behind, right? So I have to go 0 and then my 9, right? How many times am I going to shift it over?
3.
3 times. Why? Because I have 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. So here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, right? So what do I do here? I add a 0, and what's my answer? 90. Do you see that?
Yeah.
This is called the shifting method. Okay? I hope we have time for one more. One 0.23 times 1,000. Okay? Where does my 1.23 go? Where does my 1 go? Does it go here?
No.
Here?
No.
Here?
No.
Here?
Yes.
Where does the 2 go?
And the
Here?
no.
Here?
Yes.
Yes. And then the 3? Here?
No.
Here?
Yes.
Nice. Now what do I do?
Shift it over
I'm going to shift everything over. How many spaces?
3.
Why? Because there are 3 zeros. Right. So 1, 2, 3. There's my 1. 1, 2, 3. There's my 2. 1, 2, 3. There's my 3. And what do I do at this spot?
0.
Don't forget to put the 0 there, because otherwise you'll get your answer wrong, right? So, how much do I have here? I've got 1,230. Well, that's my lesson for today on shifting hundreds and shifting thousands. I love math.